This video is brought to you by the EA Creator Network. Hey y'all, it is Luca and welcome back to the channel. Today we are renovating yet another one of EA's ugly houses in The Sims 4. We are in Willow Creek once again. If you did not see the last one, I renovated another one of these homes here in this neighborhood of Courtyard Lane in Willow Creek. This is called Riverside Roost here. If you want to go check that out, it'd be great. If you would like to support the channel, you can use my creator code luccaowens at checkout, and I will receive a small commission that financially supports me and the channel. So big thanks to EA for sponsoring the channel. But today we are moving down the street and we are renovating Rindle Rose. This is a cozy little 2-bedroom just on the edge of the street here. And, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not the worst. I say it's ugly, but, that's subjective. It is not the worst house in the Sims 4 base game, to be perfectly honest with you. It definitely has some quirks about it. I'm not particularly offended by the bedrooms. They're fine. This furnishing is tragic. Using the green, everything. This green is just sad. I love the color green. I hate that swatch. That's so bad. Bathroom is fine. The bedroom here is it's perfectly acceptable. It's this great room here, this living dining kitchen space. It's so cramped and there's just so much in here for such a small space. And can we talk about this? Can we talk about this for a second? The fact that they put a love seat and an accent table back to back here in the middle of the floor, right in front of a double door. And then right next to that is the bar for the kitchen. Wild behavior. Wild. And, they have the coffee table. Here is such a small fix that would have changed it. Take this and take this. We move this a little forward. We put instead of putting candles here, we put the TV here. We move this forward, move this forward. Even that would have been a little bit more acceptable, and everything else about it is perfectly fine. Landscaping is okay. The front porch is just kind of there. I don't love the choice of the yellow when this is a pink and green house. I don't know what they were going for there, but we're going to give this house a little facelift, a little renovation today. We're going to make it work a little bit better. Let's go ahead and get started. We are not limiting ourselves with packs today. We are not necessarily limiting a budget. I would like to keep it still kind of around the same-ish budget, but you know how I am. We get carried away here. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to focus on just the exterior and then we will work on the interior afterwards. That's the way I like to do it. I'm going to get rid of all of the landscaping, all of the terrain paint, just kind of strip it back just a little bit. First thing I want to do is work on this roof. I'm not a big fan. So this little element here is kind of their attempt at doing a little bit of something different. Personally, I would have just maybe done this, but I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of it. I'm pretty sure that was the base game came out. There wasn't as many roofing options with the eaves and stuff. So, I'll give them that. Actually, we're going to keep this roof section. And what we're going to do is I removed this roof section back here because it has this awkward little eave sticking out. So we're just going to delete that. And then we're going to get the half-hipped roof here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to place this down and then make sure it's the same angle as this one, bring out the eaves and then boom, that's a little bit better. And then we're also going to get the regular hipped roof here. And actually, you know what? Just here's a way to save time. We'll get this one, we'll copy it, we'll twist it around, and we'll put it right here. All right. And then we'll find a roof pattern. I like this one myself. This is the scalloped pine one from the base game. Honestly, I love it. It's so pretty. I've used it so many times. And then we'll just find a nice, brown trim to, work with it here. There we go. That looks quite nice, actually. Already significantly a better change. And the next one that I want to work on is the porch here. The layout of the porch is pretty abysmal. I'm getting rid of the columns too. I just don't like those very much. Ooh, I'm going to get rid of this light too. We're going to move this because the plan later on is to kind of fix the floor plan here a little bit. I essentially want to just adjust the bedroom sizes a little bit so that there's more room for a kitchen over back towards this section, so I can actually section off the rooms. Personally, this is just me. I like rooms to be separate. I don't like my living room and my kitchen to be in the same room. That just sounds insanity to me. I can't do that. So I'm going to move the steps down right here, and we're gonna have a little entry right here. I think we could move it over a notch, but I feel like that would just take away a lot of space. We're also getting rid of this ridiculous 2-door setup. A house this size should not have a double door. It should not have a double door. That's so weird. I kind of want to use this door from Discovery University. Honestly, it's kind of, it's the vibe of this house. And then I'm going to adjust these windows here. We'll do that. And I'm trying to think. I need to figure out the color of this house. It's called Rindle Rose. And when I think of rose, I think of red, not pink, first of all. I think of red. So why don't we make the house red? I know we did get some new shingles from the new pack, the beautiful Enchanted by Nature expansion pack, which I've got some. I want to discuss that pack a little bit today, possibly. Do we like that? I don't really know yet. I feel like I need to change the colors of everything else before I can kind of make that decision. I actually think I'm going to go with maybe a dark brown with this red. I feel like that would look real nice, not gonna lie. So we'll go with the same windows. We'll keep the windows. I don't actually see anything wrong with these windows. These are pretty nice, pretty decent. Not this one. But yeah, I already like that a little bit better. Again, this is a slow work in progress. A slow trust the process. That's really what I need to say. Trust the process, y'all. Should I do a darker brown? I think that would look much nicer. Yes. I love that. That is so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and put another window here just to kind of, fill it out. It seemed a little empty there. Okay. And then I guess, should I go with a white fence or should I go with a brown fence or should I go with a mixture of the two? I feel like that would look quite nice because I'm thinking if I do like a dark fence, it would look nice and moody. You know me, I like it nice and moody. I think I might do that because honestly, it's kind of pretty. And for the columns, I think I'm going to go, I guess I'll just go with the base game ones. I kind of can't escape these. Or do we want to use something different? Let's go crazy. Oh my God, we're going to go wild. We're going to use something from Get Together. No, I really don't know what I want to use here, to be honest. There is this one, but I don't know. Just none of this speaks to me. I think I might use this one from Cats and Dogs. For some reason, that's really looking good to me. It makes me want to change the fences again because I think this fence is just too dark of a color. And how about we actually use something from Cats and Dogs? I've been really loving that pack so much lately. Does that look good? I don't know. It kind of fits in with the vibes, we'll do that. We'll just say that works. And then I'm just gonna, we're gonna keep it all dark woods and stuff just because that's how I like it, to be honest. I like the darker wood tones, me. And then we're just gonna actually use what's already here and just, do a dark wood tone. That is the exterior mostly finished, or at least the idea of the exterior. So we need to just, adjust the windows, move them up, center them a little bit more like this. Maybe we'll do this instead. I don't really know. A lot of the placement of the windows is purely based on the fact that we are going to be changing the floor plan a little bit. So yeah, I don't want to get too crazy with that, but that looks so much better. I'm not really a big fan of this door. I don't think it stands out a little too much compared to everything else. So I think I'm just going to go, oh, there's this one from the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack. That's kind of a nice door too, but I don't really know. I think we're just going to go with a tried and true base game. You know, we're going to go with that. Should I do a red door? I feel like that stands out too much. The brown is nice. And I think I want to make this brown a little bit lighter, question mark. No, I like the dark. I like the darker tones, you know me, but now this doesn't look right. Oh dear. All right, see, this is what I'm talking about. I talk about it all the time. I love matching wood tones when they work. Because if they don't work, then you should just not even bother trying to match them, because there's just not a right color of door to match. So to make them match, I'm just going to lighten all of this. You know what? Never mind. We're just going to go with a red door. I can't stand the two tones being slightly different. And I actually want to experiment with this instead. That looks, that feels more correct to me. This is, you know, just a simple base game siding. That feels so good. Let's do some morning light. If you actually want the, I will have it linked in the description, but I have a new lighting mod that I'm using. It's from the same creator as Sunblind. It's called Milk Thistle. It's honestly, can we just appreciate it for like a few seconds here? It's just so stinking beautiful. Like the daylight is so crisp and clear. The evening is so golden and beautiful and just like, oh. And the nighttime, honestly, I used to love it when nighttime was really dark, but it's like moonlit. Like it's so clear and just like pretty. I kind of am obsessed with that. Anyways, back to this build. I think this looks really good. I'm really happy with it. I'm going to add some spandrels, some little spandrels right here. These always finish off a little space quite nicely, I think. Okay, so the vibes with this house, it's gonna be a little witchy. You know me, it's gonna be a little witchy. So we're just gonna keep it pretty simple for the exterior. I don't want to go too awful crazy. I want like a nice bench out here. I want something a little quirky, you know. I don't want it to be boring, you know. I want this to stand out a bit. I really wanted to use this kind of speaks to me a lot. I don't really know. I wish we had some better swatches of it. You know what, I kind of do like that. The wood tones, right, like these darker tones right here kind of work with it, and it still stands out on its own, which I like that. And then I do want a nice rug out here. I think this one from the Get Famous pack would look really nice. Maybe just this one that's kind of worn. I don't know. I feel like that looks a little bit strange. Maybe we should twist it around, do it like this. Just kind of bring this forward, you know. Yeah, that looks cute. And then I kind of want to put like a rocking chair here, maybe. I feel like that would look really nice. Ooh, yeah, that's kind of fun. I don't love the swatches for these like rocking chairs from the knitting pack. It's just not my favorite. I just wish they were a little bit more of a darker tone. This one is super cute. Oh, that one's really pretty, but I also love the red. I kind of want to use the red. I think we'll go with that one. That one's really cute. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. Don't worry. I'm going to come back to that. We need to focus on this exterior, like landscaping bit first. So I already have an idea in my head. So we're going to use some brick. This one in particular, where is it? This one right here, this brick parquet pavers from the base game. I'm going to give them like a little driveway here. And then we're also going to connect this really simply. And then for the bricks here, I need to fix those. Those can't be mismatched. That's just nonsensical to me. What we'll do is I'm gonna go into fences, and where is it? It's this little iron fence that came with the base game. There's actually a couple of them, but it's this curved one right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create some little flower bed kind of situations. We're going to do that along the fronts of this house as well. And then I'm going to go in with some rose bushes because it's called Rindle Rose, right? You got to have some roses. There's these, but then there's also these, which aren't really roses, are they? These are actually roses, so we're going to have to use these, but we're just going to, place them down. I'm keeping it pretty simple and clean with this landscaping. I know that's not very common for me, but I just wanted something a little bit clean and simple, because I feel like this house is going to be, it's going to be a little wild and witchy, but like put together. I don't know. That being said, I love how I place it down and I don't like it. So we're gonna go with something different. There is another rose bush here. It's called Baby's Bottom Rose Bush, and there is a red version. That looks a little bit better. I mean, does it look any different? I don't really know. To be honest with you, I think it looks minutely different. So I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe I will. I don't like that either. Okay. So I've got to figure out this landscaping, y'all, because I did not like anything that I was doing. Maybe what we'll do is we'll enlarge these and put them at like the corners, maybe, or something like that. We'll like bring it in a little bit there. I kind of like that, not gonna lie. We can put them at like maybe the ends. It might clip into the house a little bit. We're just gonna have to ignore that. And I kind of like that, actually. I kind of like that a little bit more. You know me. I love to be like, I'm gonna do this, and then when I do it, it isn't the way I wanted it to be exactly, and so I changed my mind. So we can put some big rose bushes there. You know what? That's more my vibe anyways, is, you know, filling it up full of these flowers. We're gonna do all red flowers to kind of keep it, you know, keep it at least like looking like the vibes that we want. And is there a red version of these? No, they're slightly pink. I don't think I love that. Should we do the white? I don't know. Maybe. Ooh, there's some more red ones here. I can kind of squeeze in here. Just some more red flowers. And I'm trying to like taper it. You know, I want something that's kind of like a lower lying plant. These are super pretty, actually. I know they're pink, but I kind of like that it stands out a little bit. These are actually little, they're called alliums, just Allium giganteum. These are from the new Enchanted by Nature expansion pack. These are really, really pretty. Honestly, I kind of love that. I think they're so pretty. I am still unsure of what I want to put here. I think I had trees in my like plans that I wrote down, but I think I want them to be kind of like these short-ish trees. Maybe I can just put like some of these here. I don't know. I kind of see that. I'm trying to like think of, you know, whenever I build these homes, I'm kind of trying to base it off of homes that I've seen, you know, in my real life experience, not just by, you know, coming up with whatever, you know. Is that kind of cool? I don't know. I kind of like it. We'll just go with it, honestly. And then I can also put a tree over here if I want to. And then I'll put the, you know, the stuff, you know, the normal things out front here. I'm going to change the color of that. And then, of course, you know, I am going to do a little bit of something here. I guess we can put some little flowers. I feel like that makes the most sense in my head. I think we will just use, I think we might use these. These are very pretty. I mean, I feel like they don't really, they're a little too tall. I think I'm just going to use a little bit of terrain paint under these little trees here, because honestly, we'll keep it nice and clean. You know, we'll keep it all together. That looks really nice the way it is. And then I'm going to add some fake cars out here for, you know, decoration. We'll do this red car because this is, you know, Rindle Rose. And then we'll do this kind of nice-ish looking car here. That looks quite cute, actually. This has so much more personality, and I've barely spent any simoleons yet, which is awesome. So I think the exterior is pretty much done. I'm going to finish up one thing though. You know me, when I say I'm done, I'm not actually done. I forgot. I've just not realized what I need to do next. I'm going to use these base game shrubs here and just surround the rest of the house so that it feels a little bit more complete. In my opinion, that just makes it feel a little bit more put together. If you just put some shrubs around it, it feels more realistic. You know, I can imagine maybe these are good for, you know, soundproofing a little bit too. Let's just go ahead and add some outdoor lighting also, because I feel like that's pretty important. We'll use this one from Get Together. I think there might be a red color. I don't really like the red. We're just going to go with black. Or better yet, we'll use this base game one in the brown, because that makes more sense with this house. We will put like, I don't know, a couple here in the front, maybe like one here on the side. Actually, we will put them like in the front of each little tree here, maybe. That's kind of nice. And then we do need a front porch light, so we'll put that there. That looks quite cozy. And then now we can actually finish the front porch. And I do just want like a little table out here or something. Maybe this one. I don't really like that one, to be honest, but I like the size. Ooh, this one's super cute. It's from the Desert Oasis, some kind of Oasis kit. I don't remember, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't remember the names of half of the kits. There's just so many at this point. I can't keep up. And then we'll give them a little welcome mat, just like right there. Okay, looking cute so far. I request that we get a candles section in the lighting category. Not gonna lie, that would be really, really nice because we have enough candles at this point that would justify it, to be perfectly honest with you. So I think I'm gonna use these life and death candles outside because they kind of, I don't know, I want it to be a little bit on the witchy side here, you know? Not like full on witch, but like, you know, it's like an eclectic vibe, you know? That looks really cute there. And I feel like a nice plant would finish this porch off really well. We'll do maybe this one. This one just feels right because it's from the base game. It kind of fits in with Willow Creek, I think, really well. Let's focus on this interior. I need a sip of coffee. I got some Tim Hortons. Just to keep me from getting overwhelmed, we're going to strip everything back. We're getting rid of every single thing, which honestly, for me, this is satisfying. It is so satisfying seeing a completely empty house and it's like, it's all right, now furnish it. I'm like, ooh, it just feels so good. I think that's my favorite part of these houses. This series that I'm doing here is, I don't know, I just get to start from scratch, but it gives me a kind of outline. You know, I don't have to come up with a floor plan or anything myself. You know, it kind of gives me like a little bit of a structure. And then I'm going to get rid of these doors here too, because I'm not using those at all. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these bedrooms, kind of shift them around a little bit. So I think this one is going to stay the same size. I'm going to bring this one in a little bit and I kind of want to bring it this way. Make it a little bit longer and then the bathroom a little bit smaller. And then this can just be a teeny little hallway. I know I hate putting a door like right there on the corner. So I'm just gonna, you know, try to ignore that. And then I'm going to just get a really simple door, you know, just the normalest door that you can imagine. These dark brown ones here, which, you know, hold on. I'm jumping the gun way too much. I got to put some lights down because we can't see nothing. We got to be able to see if we want to be able to renovate this house. And then let me just, you know, do the ceremonial stripping back of the floors and the walls. So satisfying seeing it completely empty like that. Ugh, it just makes me so excited. It's like a clean canvas. Anyways, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I have ADHD if you can't tell. But let me grab the doors here. We're gonna do these nice dark brown ones, and I'm just gonna do that. I know. Someone actually commented recently about the doors being in the corner. I know, it drives me crazy too. But, you know, sometimes you got to. For the kitchen space, the plan is pretty simple. I would like to split it off, like maybe here, because I feel like you don't need a kitchen to be super big. There won't be really a dining space, though, if I do it like that, though. So maybe I can do 4 tiles and just kind of like that. And then see, that's the thing, where's the dining space gonna be? Because there wasn't really one in the house to begin with. So I mean, we might be able to fit something right here, like a little breakfast table or something, but that might be all we can do, to be honest. And naturally, I'm gonna put an archway right here. You know, that's something about the Sims 3 that I actually quite like, is that the archways are in a little separate category to the doors. Like they have a door section and then you can do doors and then archways and then etc. or something like that. I really actually quite like that. I've been playing a lot of The Sims 3 lately, but heads up, I actually started a second channel. I'm doing some Let's Plays over there. If you want to go check that out, that'd be great. I would really appreciate it. I just kind of on a whim decided to do it because I've been wanting to do some kind of Let's Play kind of content lately. So I thought, hey, why not? And that second channel is kind of going to be like a dumping ground for me. So, you know, I'm just going to upload whatever, whenever, however. All right. So I like the placement of everything. I'm going to move these windows down a notch so that they're kind of centered properly. And then I need some kind of window for above the kitchen kind of space. So probably, I don't want to use this because you can see the brown brown trim on the inside, and that's going to bother me just a little bit. Maybe we can use this window. I don't know if that matches 100%. I think it does though. Actually, you know, it kind of works. You know what? We're going to go with it. We're going to make it work. Ooh, I'm just realizing, I don't know. I'm very much so a stickler when it comes to centering items and centering things, and I can't center that. Hold on. I got to figure this out. Maybe we'll just use this little window here. That makes a little bit more sense. Why not? I'll go with it. I'll accept it. I like this layout. This feels pretty good. All right, so let's just start with one room and move down. We're going to start with the living room here. I think for the flooring, we're not going to do carpet. We're going to do a nice dark wood tone, which it's so hard for me to see right now. I feel like I need to add more light so that we can actually see what's going on. But for the flooring, I'm going to go with a nice dark wood tone. I want to use that, but the wood tones just aren't my favorite with this. I wish that there was something more like, I mean, those are similar, but I don't know. This just, I'm not a big fan of this color. I wish it was just a tad bit less saturated. So honestly, I think I'm really just going to go with these base game ones because I feel like that just, I don't know. It just kind of speaks to me. And then for the kitchen, I think the tiling, ooh, this one right here is really nice. I really like this one because it's got red in it, but it has like blue and green too. So it doesn't feel so like, you know, flat and just kind of like one color, you know, it feels a little bit more, you know, unique. All right. I guess the couch should go along this wall. So I've hummed and hawed around with this interior for the past several minutes, and I've decided that I just want to go with a eclectic vibe. I'm not going to try to match a color scheme. I'm not going to try to, you know, make sure that red is included. I tried. I'm just going to go with the flow. I really want like a nice coffee table. But this one, ooh, this one from Crystal Creations, I really would like to use it in a fun color, like this tealy color. That's kind of a fun vibe. And then for the little love seat over on this side, I really want to use this one. I don't know what color though. I feel like that like kind of orangey vibe is really pretty. Also the dark green is kind of a moment, but I think the orangey vibe kind of feels correct to me. And yeah, that's kind of what we're going to do. Is just kind of go from there. I really like this little TV stand from the Life and Death expansion pack. That's super pretty. Give them a nice big TV, even though they're witchy and like eclectic and everything. You know, they still got to have a TV, you know, in this day and age. Of course we're gonna have a TV, and then we'll match the wood tones, you know, kind of, you know, sort of match things, but at the same time we're also not gonna match anything. You know, we're gonna use different end tables in here. Everything is gonna be mismatched, and it's gonna look a little bit thrifted. I think maybe we'll put this one over here since it's bigger, and then this one can go on the side. That looks good. I like the idea of that one a lot. That looks really pretty. And then I feel like candles? Will there be enough candles in this house? No, there will not. Or do we want to use this really fun lamp? Ooh, the purple kind of speaks to me, possibly. Ooh, but this red though, that red is really a moment. And I kind of want to, ooh, this one's cute. Ooh, and then there's the candelabra. I mean, the candelabra is kind of a moment. And then I think in this corner, I want like a really, really nice, like full lush looking plant. Can I just say, I don't think there's ever going to be enough plants in The Sims 4. It's plants and curtains and candles. Those three things are like the magic thing for my decorating. Is I need more. You know, I always need more, always want more. I don't think I could ever complain about them adding too much. Maybe we'll do like 2 here. You know what? I can't just do 2. I need to do a third one, like right in the floor there, right below. I like the little red flowers here. That looks really cute. I'm trying to find another plant that would go in the floor right here that kind of fits the vibe. I mean, I don't want to decorate with these because you have to take care of them, but at the same time, the plants that came with the new Enchanted by Nature expansion pack, yes, you have to take care of them, I know, but come on, it just looks so cute for decorating. Who lives here? I think this is not going to be a family home. I do family homes all the time. So I don't want to, beat it into the ground with how many family homes I'm going to be building for this series. I think what I'm going to do, this is literally kind of the perfect rug already. Let me just look at the swatches though. You never know. It might be something even better hidden within those swatches. That's a really pretty green. I like that a lot. I'm thinking if we make that like a nice bright woodsy color. Ooh, I like it. I feel like this is just going to be maybe a house with a couple roommates. Maybe they're best friends or something. Maybe they both like similar vibes, Maybe, just maybe this is a house with a couple of friends, quote unquote friends, and they don't realize that they're like madly in love with each other yet. Me, I love that nonsense. I think these really big curtains from the Discovery University pack might be kind of good. It depends on the swatches. This orangey swatch is kind of fun, but I don't know. That's my thing. Y'all, I've said it a million times. I don't think there's enough curtains in this game. And I need a variety of curtains, but I need basics too. These dark red ones though, honestly, that fits so well. So well. I love that. It just provides more warmth in here. And I think I'm going to actually use these little curtain mounts here. I need to lift them up one. I feel like that would just kind of help them look a little bit better because they just kind of look weird, exposed like that. And then let's pick out a wallpaper. We need a wallpaper. I always like picking out the wallpaper after picking the furniture because I feel like I can match them a little bit easier. I'm kind of thinking, this is kind of dramatic, but there's something so nice about that. It's almost too much though. Maybe we can go with this. This is quite nice. Am I liking that combination? Or do I want to go with a little bit of a lighter tone? I kind of like the lighter tone a little bit more. Hold on. Let's get rid of this lighting really fast. I feel like that's going to be the huge deciding factor is making sure that I have proper lighting. I think we're going to use maybe this one. I don't know. I just like the vibes. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the gold. I'm going with this golden kind of color here. I really honestly love that so much. And then we'll put a little accent table over here, something really simple kind of setup here, kind of low-key like this table from Cats and Dogs, kind of like this dark color in it. A nice plant kind of hanging over this right here, and then maybe I can put a lamp or something here. I feel like this little pop of red is perfect. Something I did not even think about adding. First of all, I want to flip this door around because I hate that, but I want to put in a coat rack or something just right there. And then right here, something is missing. Maybe we should just put the coat rack here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so, I didn't do any art. I move ahead so quickly, y'all. Okay, but hear me out. What if we just did a nice mirror on the wall here? Mirror on the wall, girl. Come on. What if we did these? We did a group of 3 of them, and then maybe we lift one up a couple notches. Yes. I like it. That's actually really cute, and it serves as art, but also it opens the room up a tiny bit because it's a mirror. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. That's looking cute. Nice little setup here for the living room. Let's go ahead and we'll move on to the kitchen. Now for the kitchen, I'm gonna keep it pretty simple again. I think out of all the refrigerators, my gut just wants to go with that one, but maybe we can go with a nice orange refrigerator. I don't know. Let's just work on the counters. I'm pretty sure I already know what counters I want to use. These though. I didn't think about these. Oh yes, I'm going to use these. I was going to use the base game ones, but these are essentially a recolor of those base game ones. So let's just place down these, see how we like that layout. I also want to add a little table. This is honestly really similar to a renovation of a house that I've done before here in Willow Creek also. I can see it in my head actually. It was actually one of the first in the series. All right, and then we've got a nice little table here. I think we'll use, these chairs here are perfect. Oh my goodness. Honestly, that fits pretty well. It's not the best because, you still have a walkway here, but I don't mind it. I think we're gonna put a refrigerator here. I don't know which one though. Ooh, this one from For Rent. Or is it For Rent or Growing Together? That's Growing Together. Pretty sure. Kind of works. We can do a red fridge maybe, or we can do an orange. The red is kind of a vibe. Okay, but like this looks better. I changed the swatches. Like that way more. I think I'm actually going to rotate the direction of the flooring so that I can maybe do this just to kind of break up the room a tiny bit. Ooh, I don't love that. Okay, we'll do it like this. There we go. I think that looks much better. It kind of sections this off a little bit. I mean, heck, we can even do this with some walls here if we wanted to. Nah, I feel like that would be a little too much. But yeah, we will just place some of these down. Just do some curtains, or not curtains, cabinets. Lucas, what are you doing? I do that all the time where I will mean to say one word and I'll say something else because I'm not really thinking. So these are really pretty though. I love these cabinets. They're from the Vampire Game Pack. Honestly, let me tell you, the Vampire Game Pack, there is something, a cultural reset happened when we got that for some reason. At least that's how I feel. Okay, there we go. That looks nice. I feel like I want to rearrange this a bit, put that there instead, and then put another big cabinet here on the end. It does make me actually want to put walls here, or at the very least, I could put like some kind of spandreling. I mean, I feel like spandreling would just make it sectioned off really, really nicely. Something like that, actually, maybe. You know, I kind of don't mind that. It looks kind of good. And then maybe we can put some really nice, like chunky columns in here. Or we can go with these just to kind of match the vibes. You know what? I kind of do like that. And then we need some kind of tiling for the walls in here. I'm trying to think eclectic. You know, I'm trying to think of something that fits the vibes. Ooh, this from the Realm of Magic game pack kind of works pretty well. You can't really see the tiling, but I don't know. I feel like the colors work quite nicely. We could also go with this kind of like greenish tone. I don't like that. You know, I kind of don't mind this one from the base game. Yeah, the colors just kind of work. I kind of like it. I don't know. This is just kind of I feel like I never really know what I'm doing with kitchens. It's one area of space that I'm just like, am I doing anything right? We'll do a matching stove here, and then we'll put the sink right here somewhere. Kind of like that sink, just because it's kind of, a darker sink, kind of older looking sink. I feel like this the folks that live here would love a nice cup of tea. We'll give them a little tea kind of thing, and then we'll just give them some decor. I always make sure to put paper towels. It just feels wrong to not put paper towels. And then a little thing of utensils here. Ooh, this looks quite nice. This little picture. This is actually from the artist pack, but I feel like it would work quite well in here as decor. It's kind of pretty. It's a little, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of black going on. I don't know if I love that. Maybe that would look better. Okay, that kind of works for me personally a little bit more. I just wish there was more swatches on this, because this just having white, gray, and black just is such a shame, because it would be so cute if this like little teapot here had like, patterns on it or something. I do want to add some little curtains here, some of these like little ones. I feel like these look really cute. We'll just kind of like place them like so, something like that maybe. I don't know. I feel like this little brown curtain just looks really cute. We'll just do that one maybe. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this room here. Ooh, we'll use this really pretty light from the High School Years pack. I feel like that's gonna look so good in here. Oh, beautiful. I think we'll even use it again above the dining space, because why not? Now we got to decorate this little spot here. I can imagine maybe these are two eclectic gals in their like 30s. Maybe neither of them are married, or maybe they just haven't really looked into that yet, and they've just been focused on themselves. And maybe they've just formed a really good maybe they're gal pals. So we're just gonna say that. They don't realize it yet. We'll give them a little bookshelf, maybe right here. I feel like a nice little bookshelf would finish this off pretty well. The one from Life and Death, honestly, it's just so nice. It's got some really good swatches, but also it's just a really fun, like clean, simple shape too. And plus you can put something here, which is really cute. I don't know what I'm going to put here. I kind of want to put a gnome Oh, I can't put a gnome. It's too big. Let me see here. Oh, I can't put that. Okay, why can't I put it on top and not in there? Dang it. I do want to put this here, though. This is really, really cute. Yeah, that's a nice color. And then, ooh, we can actually just copy this plant again. Oh, yes. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that. I'm obsessed with that. Ooh, I know exactly what I want to put in here. This little crystal ball. I don't like that I can't center it. So we'll just find something else to put next to it and hope for the best. This little llama, maybe? It doesn't match at all, but maybe it doesn't need to. I know this is 100,000% unrealistic, but can we talk about how cute the candle looks in there? We'll just go with it. And then I'm just going to put another one of these candles right here on the table. And then we do need something here as like a nice art piece, I think, to finish out the room. I want something that's pretty like, ooh, that's perfect. This little tapestry here. We'll do this reddish one. And then I kind of want like a nice funky wallpaper for this dining space. Okay, but like, hear me out. This one from the Enchanted by Nature pack, I can just see them being like, listen, I found this really amazing thing we can use. Oh, that's such a vibe. It's a little bit extra, but come on, I am in love. And you can kind of still see that there's red elements throughout. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with this room now. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's move on to the bathroom, I guess. You know, I didn't really finish the kitchen. Kind of got a little excited. I think I'm just gonna finish this up really fast. Okay, but like, hear me out. More Enchanted by Nature stuff, but we put it like this. Ooh, yes, we put them like, maybe they're just like these light fixtures that they found. They just put them along the walls there. Ooh, yes, it just brings in so much pretty vibes. Is that a little bit much? Probably. But I feel like this whole house is a little bit much. I don't know, maybe this is too much, but I kind of love it. So maybe not. Maybe I'm not going to care. Ooh, I was going to use these sconces here from the base game. Oh my gosh. But I'm going to use these ones from Paranormal because there's this nice deep red one. Ooh, I'm kind of torn. We're going to use this one though. This one's so perfect for this house. All right, I got to move on. All right, so the bathroom. The most exciting room in the house. I'm just going to say it again. I should just make merch out of it at this point. It's just a bathroom. So I'm just going to, make it a bathroom. I think I'll use this vanity kind of moment here from the Life and Death expansion pack. I feel like that would look really fun. I kind of like this like tealy color. Kind of makes me want to do a little something different, Yeah, I can see it. They're going to have some kind of eclectic vibe in here. Ooh, that kind of works. Maybe this one works a little bit better. I don't know. This one kind of has a vibe too. Here I am debating over the toilet because that's important. Honestly, that's kind of a vibe. Why not? And I do want a shower tub combo. This one from Vampires kind of works. Maybe this one. That's kind of a moment. Hold on. Let's look at a different toilet and see because we have so many. Okay, but like hear me out. This vintage toilet too. Maybe it isn't just a bathroom. Maybe it is a moment. We're just gonna go with that. And then let's see. Ooh, this kind of works pretty well. It works with the wood here. And then for, other little knickknacks, oh, that's a shame. I always forget that there's no slots on this sink, which I think is such a missed opportunity. We'll just use move objects to kind of easily place them up here. There we go. Keep it simple. Keep it clean. We will need a little hand towel on the wall here. We'll do orange. Why not? And I just need a little rug. This one maybe again. Sure. I can't really think of anything else. And then we also just need, some towels in here. I feel like an orange and a purple towel. Oh, those don't match. I can't do that. I mean, I tend to use this one all the time, but I like that it has two towels on it. It works. All right. I think that's really all we need in here. Maybe I'll put like some robes in here too. We'll put like a red or no, we will do like a pink. Maybe we'll do a pink robe or something, or a nice beige color is quite nice. Yeah, we'll just do that. And yeah, we just need to pick out the wallpaper. Okay, but like, this house is called Rindle Rose. Can we talk about how beautiful that is? The tiling is like nothing compared to that too. So I think we need to find a new tiling. Oh, but this red, maybe not the red or the brown. The brown's kind of a moment. It kind of kind of works with it. Or do we want to use one of these really nice ones from the vampire game pack? Perhaps. I think the brown. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's really making me question my wallpaper choices for the living room now, because it's just very fun, like wallpapers in here. And then it's just kind of like, you know, this is pretty, but I need more. Not too much, not like that, but something, you know, that has impact. It's not a bad idea. I just wish it wasn't so cartoony looking. That's my only thing. All right. I found the perfect wallpaper. This one from Paranormal. Oh, it is just so pretty. Like, that is a beautiful, like, it's so cozy and witchy and eclectic, and I love it. I think every room in this house is going to have a funky wallpaper, so how about we do that? I'm thinking I really am obsessed with these light fixtures right now, so I think I'm just going to use them. Why not? All right, so we need to work on this first bedroom here. I don't really know. I guess we can go with, because, you know, there's like reds and greens and oranges and stuff like that. I think I'm going to go with maybe like a purple for this room, or maybe something like this. Like, there's a little bit of purple, but then there's still the reds and the greens and stuff. So, hey, you know, sometimes you just have to pick out the right bed, and then you can go from there. Ooh, this little side table from City Living, kind of a moment. I like the purple, weirdly enough. I think the purple just is really standing out to me. And then we can do some kind of like fun lamp, kind of fun candle moment. Ooh, with these really big candles from the base game. Ooh, that's a vibe right there. It's got like this little pink. I never used that swatch either. Okay, and then we just need some kind of like, I feel like a desk for each of them would be really good, because there's enough room in here. So ooh, this life and death one, she's kind of cute. Do I want to use that, or do I want to use something a little different? Ooh, this one's very pretty also. I am so indecisive. So indecisive. So ooh, maybe just a little desk. Maybe just a little desk for this one. I can see it. Ooh, that purple. Oh, I love it. Honestly, just like a little desk with like a little laptop, and then some kind of fun little chair. Something that looks, you know, properly comfortable. I kind of like the idea of it being like a chair like this, or maybe this one. I like the little pop of yellow there. Let's see if there's a swatch. Ooh, the pink. I kind of like that, actually. The pink kind of works with the purple a little bit. And then what if we were to put like a little, just a little, you know, little pillow, little cushion. Maybe we'll do an orange one just to, you know, add a different color there. I mean, yeah, I guess that's kind of cute. I don't know if I'm loving it though, to be honest. I feel like we need like a good chair, like a good comfy, like office-y type chair. Something like this is probably going to be our best bet. Maybe this like dark tealy one, or that's perfect. Okay, that's perfect right there. And then I just need a nice dresser. Low-key want to use this one from the Realm of Magic pack. I don't know. There's just something about it. It's kind of working for me. And then I'm going to put a lamp here in the corner. But yeah, put a lamp there in the corner. And I think a mirror would be perfect right here. Ooh, but this mirror though. Ooh, we can put it like this. Oh, it's so pretty. I mean, I could kind of tuck it back and then maybe put the lamp like right here. I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe we can put it like, oh, we can put the lamp right there. That's actually really cute. I like the teal pop of color too. We could do yellow. I feel like the yellow works, yeah. And then I do want to give them like a little TV perhaps. And, or you know what? Actually, no. They're not going to have a TV. They're going to have like a little record player in here. I feel like that's a little too perfect, actually. I just wish the swatches were a little bit more, I don't know, something. Not really loving the swatches on this, to be honest. I think that's probably the best color to go with it, to be honest. Ooh, this little plant here is really cute. I really like it. We'll put that right here, maybe. Ooh, but a hanging plant, though, would look so pretty in here. Like, I'm kind of obsessed with that. Like, just imagine it's like behind. Ooh, yes. That's super pretty. Maybe we will put a TV in here. We'll put it on the wall. Ooh, I like that. That feels better, okay? That feels a lot better. And then, I don't remember which pack that's from at all, But the crate of records would be kind of cute there, but I don't know, maybe not. Why do I low-key want this Princess Cordelia bust in here? Why does that kind of speak to me? I kind of love that. I think I'm going to go for that. And then for some reason, I also have the urge to put like a little chest or something right here. I don't know. That looks really cute. I know this is a toy box, but like, that's so cute. And for the curtains for this space, I think I'm going to just go with the same curtains that I was using in here, but not in the red color. I feel like there's a different color that would work pretty well. We could go with this like lightish color. That's really pretty actually. But this corner needs a little bit of love. I mean, I could put the bed like this instead. You know what? I don't hate that. I think that works a little bit nicer so that it just kind of opens the space up a bit more. And then maybe I can put like a bookshelf in this corner or something like that. Something that fits here. I mean, low-key, the Realm of Magic one kind of is a moment just because we use this over here. I feel like it could also work. I don't know. That just seems too structured. I want something that's a little bit more open. I am having indecision, which is something I deal with too often. What if we did this pink? The pink is too much. The pink is way too much. The yellow is too much. Oh, it's just such a shame. I've used this bookshelf so much, but it's kind of perfect. I love that bookshelf. I don't know. I think what we can do, since this could be like a nice little hangout space, is we can either put this chair or just like a nice like lounge chair here. Something like this maybe. Ooh, that's so perfect. Just want like a nice little side table here, you know, something like this maybe. Ooh, I like the little pop of teal there. That's kind of a nice touch. A lamp, some kind of lamp. I feel like that is a little decorative moment. Ooh, I like the red. I like the little red accent. Okay, and then we just need to put some wall art. Oh my gosh, we need wall art first. Oh my goodness, I know exactly what to put in here. I want the stuff from Life and Death because there's like a tarot card section, and I think that would look really pretty because there's a really pretty art like this, but I'm gonna see if there's like another purpley one. That's so pretty. Okay, but that's a moment. Then we'll just do one more. Why not? I feel like 3 is a proper, you know, whenever I do a tarot read, I do 3 cards. So like it makes sense. You know what? That one's kind of pretty. That one's kind of cool. I like the little purple touches in it. And then what kind of wallpaper should I use? Oh gosh. Ooh, this one. That's very pretty. It's a little dark, to be honest. I wish it was a little bit on the lighter side, like a little bit of a lighter purple. This is actually kind of pretty. I kind of like it because it's a little bit on the brighter side in here. It doesn't really match the rest of the house, but I don't really think I need it to. I mean, if I really wanted to kind of, ooh, wait a minute. That feels like a nice happy medium. I'm kind of a big fan of that. And then we just need like a nice rug in here. I know we got a new rug with Enchanted by Nature, and I'm going to tell you it is the most beautiful rug we have ever gotten in this Sims 4 game ever. I would say fairly in the Sims 4 in the entirety of the Sims, actually. It is so incredibly beautiful. It has the most detailed and gorgeous art. Like, look at that. Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with that. That looks so pretty, and I actually kind of want to change the colors of this room purely because of that. Like, this desk needs to be teal, and the bed, oh, that's kind of a moment. I loved the purple, but the teal. Actually, let me see. I get really indecisive and really last minute decisive-y. Oh, that's kind of pretty too. Actually, you know what? Never mind. We're going to leave it the way it was. I'm kind of jumping the gun over one little rug. Ooh, that's very pretty. I kind of like that. You know what? I'm going to go with that. I quite like that. I need to be finished with this room. I will sit here forever in a day and just obsess over little things like that. But that's a nice little bedroom. Last bedroom here. I think for the placement of the bed, I'm going to put it right here. And let's see. Or do I put it here? No, I'll put it here. I don't know what color to go for. I've got like purple and teal, maybe like blue. I don't know. Let's just find a bed that is a vibe first, and then we'll look at the swatches and go from there. I mean, this is a very pretty bed from For Rent. Absolutely beautiful. Ooh, we could go with like a green kind of color scheme possibly. Oh, this blue is very nice. Or we could go with this bed from Life and Death. It's a little bit intense, but does it have some beautiful swatches? I like this teal. I do. I'm really liking that. Okay, so I thought about it a little bit. I want to go with like a nice purple theme with this room. I kind of actually tried decorating it once already and I was having a really hard time with it, to be honest with you. So we're going with purple. Something purpley though. It doesn't have to be purple like fully. I feel like this bed from Cats and Dogs might work. Or this one. This one is also from Life and Death. Oh, but it has the vibes I'm looking for. This dark green and gold. That's what we can go for. So for the dresser, we want something that is like really dark. Actually, something a little bit eclectic like this wouldn't be bad. I'm looking for like a desk too. Ooh, something like this one. Ooh, this one's really pretty. This one's from Seasons. I like this wood tone too. I don't know. I'm kind of seeing some, vibes working, it's kind of coming together. So let's find a mirror. I think I could use this mirror again, but I want something that's like a dark green if I'm gonna go with that kind of color. Kind of like this really big mirror right here from the basement. I think this is Basement Treasures. I feel like that is so nice right there. This room is not particularly my favorite layout just because it is a square room. Square rooms, I always have a hard time with them. And I think for the chair in the corner, I think I may just go with, I don't know. Ooh, this chair from Love Struck. Ooh, I mean, the fact that there's these little, rings there is a little bit suggestive, but we're just gonna ignore that. And yeah, I like it. It's got a little bit of a gold accent too. Maybe this person has a little bit more of a significant computer setup, or maybe not. Maybe we'll just use this like little typewriter computer just because it's got an aesthetic. And we need a nice little chair. This chair from the Crystal Creations pack is really pretty. I kind of like the purple accent, but I feel like that stands out too much. Maybe that color is really cool. Or we'll just go with a dark wood. We're not gonna try to go crazy with the colors. Now I just need to find a rug. Low-key, just want to use this rug again because it is so pretty. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. I'm going to do that. And then for the curtains, I want something that is different, I think. Oh, that's perfect. I don't really love the like sheer moment in the middle there, but you know what? It looks good. I don't really use these enough, so I'm just gonna go with it. Oh yeah, this feels really comfortable and like cozy now because of all the curtains. And we just need some wall art, I think, and then we can pick out a wallpaper, add some clutter, and then we'll finally be done. Ooh, this kind of works for me. I don't know why. It doesn't match the vibes, but I kind of like that it has a little different aesthetic going on. And I kind of like the idea of putting some of these things from the Crystal Creations pack in here, just because maybe they're into crystals and stuff. Kind of like it. Maybe I'll want this one to be like that. Yeah, that purpley color. That's really cool. And then now, plants and decor, of course. I'm going to also put in a hanging plant. This one from Paranormal is really pretty. I haven't used it in such a long time. I think using that in combination with probably the one from in here would also be really pretty. Just have a double hanging plant moment here. Kind of would be bothering you if you were sitting in this chair though, so maybe I'll just kind of like zhuzh them over a little bit. We'll do a different color too, just to make it look a little different. And then, more plants, because why not? I feel like, ooh, can we put this on top of here? No, we can't. I'm going to shrink it down and then just put it like right there. And then a little side lamp here for here. We also need to pick out a bedside lamp too. Ooh, I low-key love these candles, like a candle there, and then we'll need like a proper lamp. I feel like this one from the bistro kit's cute. I don't know why we got like 3 of these consecutively, and also they're just all a little different and I don't really like them. Ooh, this is a really pretty lamp for the bedside table, and I think we'll use this one from the Discover High School Year pack, whichever one. I can never seem to remember. I feel like this like coppery color is kind of perfect. And then, just a couple little decorative pieces, and then we'll be good to go. We'll put like a little book here. The best thing that I ever use is this little notebook, this little journal. We'll just put that here instead. And there was that. Cute. I feel like we need something here. Either a lamp or a big plant. And I feel like since we have hanging plants there, we should put a lamp. I don't know, because we have a lamp here. I mean, maybe we can like do this kind of moment. I'm not really loving it because I really want this chair to be in the corner like that. Yeah, and I feel like there has to be a plant here. Maybe this really ridiculously big one shrunk down. Nah. Oh my gosh, I'm having such a hard time. Ooh, this is a cute little plant. I don't know why I like it so much. It doesn't really have a lot going on for it, but you know what? Why not? I feel like we need something here. Maybe this little kind of table right here is cute. We'll do this little dark, wood tone, this really nice one actually. Yeah, we need like a radio in here. I know. I talked about this, how, radios in bedrooms are not really the best idea just because your Sims will turn them on and then, somebody will be asleep. Like they'll just walk in here and turn it on, just start dancing. And then the other Sim is like, I'm literally trying to sleep. What are you doing in here? So, probably not the best idea, but you know what? It's good for the vibes. It's for the vibes. If you download this home, which it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery under my username luccaowens, and you can just find it that way on the gallery. You can just delete it if you want. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that little lamp. That's a nice lamp. And then I just need a little plant. I think that one plant, I've already used it, but I want to use it again. This little philodendron. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah, there we go. And then for the wallpaper, we got to pick out a fun wallpaper. Something preferably dark green. This is a little too yellow. It's just a touch too in one direction. I want it to be just a tiny bit cooler. Oh boy, the decisions. Ooh, this is kind of pretty. We could also go with this, but I really like this one. It's a little less intense. You know what? I think I'm going to go with it. That's probably the best I'm going to find. I really like it. All right. And then we just got to add in a little light here in the middle and we're done. Okay, so this is my renovation of Rindle Rose in Willow Creek. I will say I love this very much. I love the vibes on the exterior. It's nice and clean and simple. The interior is very eclectic. It's kind of dark and moody and a little bit magical, witchy kind of vibes. I love all the accents of red throughout the main parts of the house, and then each bedroom kind of has like, a little bit of a cooler tone to kind of balance it out. I really love this one actually. I love this one so much. I love the purples and the teals and I think this one has a lot more color variety than this bedroom. I don't know. This one's a really pretty room too, though. I'm kind of a big fan of it. And there's the layout if you want to, use it yourself in this build. But that is pretty much it for today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Do let me know if you like the series. Do let me know if you want to see more of it. And let me know which build you want me to renovate next. Trust me, there is so many homes in The Sims 4 that I can renovate. So please just let me know. But yeah, that is everything today. This house will be available on The Sims 4 gallery under my username luccaowens. It is luccaowens. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird, and I'll speak to y'all next time. Bye, y'all.